Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and welcome back guys to another video. And yes, you've guessed it, this is a pickups video, and this is so overdue. Guys, let's start in the film corner. A lot of what I've been collecting has been Blu-rays, 4K. I'm really getting back into my films. A lot of my spare time now is watching films. I get home late in the evenings, I just want to chill out and watch a classic, and that's what I've been doing. I've picked up an awful lot of films. I'll just quickly show you there. There's a lot of films, but I'm only going to show you on this video the ones I've actually watched. So let's see what I've picked up. Southern Comfort. Now this was inspired by Lee at Tetlee, ZX Tetlee. He was messaging me on WhatsApp and we were talking about Southern Comfort. He's bought the fantastic 4K release of this. But it wasn't until he mentioned the film, I'd completely forgotten about this. It's been so many years since I've seen Southern Comfort. Highly recommend it, guys. A great film. Not the cheapest. I know the Vinegar Syndrome one is a good 30-40 quid. Southern Comfort CEX purchase, 10 quid. But I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I have not seen it for years, guys. I'd heard that the print on Blu-ray wasn't great, but it's grainy in places, but I think a lot of that is down to how the film was shot originally. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's an absolute classic. Walter Hill. Yeah, highly recommend it. There's some tremendous acting in this film as well. I thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, here's some of the actors. Powers Booth is absolutely fantastic in this film. Highly recommend it, guys, if you've not seen it. Next up, we're sticking with classics, and we've got another very early 80s classic, and that is 10 to Midnight. Yeah, and most of you will know I absolutely adore Charles Bronson. And this film, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't seen this one again in probably a couple of decades. It's got a fantastic soundtrack, it really has. Sets a nice atmosphere. In places probably not aged well in some of the scenes, but an enjoyable hunt down a serial killer the only way Charles Bronson knows best, vigilante style. Absolutely stone cold classic. Here's one I picked up in HMV sale, and this is Zombie Holocaust, Italian film shot by a lot of the special effects guys in the same team that done Zombie Flesh Eaters. It was pretty much shot on the same location as Zombie Flesh Eaters. You can tell in the film that, yeah, this borrows heavily from Zombie Flesh Eaters. It's got a lot of the same style, a lot of the same feel, but this film is no Zombie Flesh Eaters. I remember really enjoying this one back in the day, but I have to say I was a little disappointed. The pacing on this is all wrong. It's very slow and kind of monotonous in places. Even though there is some nice shots, I love the special effects, but in all, very disappointed with Zombie Holocaust. Is this one I'll keep in the collection as it's 4K? Probably not. I've told myself that I will only keep 4K or buy 4K if it's a keeper and a film I'll watch over again. I can't see me watching Zombie Holocaust again in probably another 20 years. And then finally, out of this massive bundle, one that I've actually managed to watch, and that is The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. I love Christopher Lee, love all the Hammer, all the early sort of 60s, 70s horror. And this is actually sort of like a Code German production. It's very gothic, very Hammer inspired. And I think Christopher Lee is absolutely fantastic in this film. Is it as good as some of the Hammer stuff? No, it's not, but it's still enjoyable, beautifully shot, some lovely set design, and yeah, some beautiful colours in this film. It's a great print. This is on 88 Films. But yeah, highly recommend it if you're into the sort of gothic horror of the sort of 60s and 70s. A great film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's based on a Edgar Allan Poe short story, but yeah, a cracking film. So there we go, guys. There's the pickups on Blu-ray and 4K. Let's go over now to the main TV and show some of the modern pickups I've had. So here we are at the main TV, guys, to take a look at some of the modern, sort of more modern pickups I've had. As you can see, I've still got the Atari 2600 Plus set up on the main TV. I'm not going to show any of the Atari stuff today. I've had a lot of pickups over the last few weeks on the Atari. I think I'm going to do a separate video, guys, just on the Atari, because there's quite a lot to show. And I don't want this video going on for hours, guys. So here we go. As you can see, the first pickup is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, this came into the shop. I got it for a good price. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to bring this home. I really want to play Super Mario Sunshine again. It's one of my favourite Mario games. My favourite being the Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. And I think this one comes second. I absolutely adore Super Mario Sunshine. I know lots of people hated on it back in the day. As you can see down here, you've got Super Mario 64. Gives you some blurb on that. Then we've got Super Mario Sunshine. What a game. I can remember being blown away by that game back in the day. Super Mario Galaxy, a game I've not played that much. So maybe I'll give that some time. And then we've got some soundtracks as well. So yeah, really chuffed with that. I cannot remember if I showed this on my last pickups video. I'm sure I got this after that. And that is Resident Evil 4, the remake on PS5. I'm itching to play this, you know. Resident Evil 4 is one of my favourite games. I really did love that game back on the GameCube all those years ago. And do you know what? I've not played it since. So I really need to give Resident Evil 4 Remake a try on the PlayStation 5. It's still sealed at the moment, but I am going to be dedicating some serious time to this game. Next up, picked this game up just because it was so cheap. £10 paid. There's more to this tale later on in this video. A really unusual shop where I picked this up. It's kind of got some damage to it there. But all will be explained. Death's Door Ultimate Edition. Guys, have you ever heard of this game? I haven't. But I thought a limited edition Switch game for £10, still sealed, is a no-brainer. You've got to pick it up, ain't you? So let me know in comments, guys. Is this game worth a play? What's it all about, guys? Let me know down in comments. And then finally, we have got Rolling Gunner and Overpower for the Nintendo Switch, and this is a strictly limited release. I thought I'd bring this home. This also came into the shop. I thought I'd bring this home and give it a play. I'm sure there's been plenty of unboxings. This has been out a while, this. So I'm not going to bore you all with an unboxing of this game. I've yet to give it a proper play. So, yeah, I will be playing this one, no doubt, very soon. I'm going to add that to the ever-growing pile of games to play, guys. Just quickly, something else, because this is going to be relevant to this video, guys, is I've really been getting back into my vinyl. Vinyl collecting is something that I've always said I'd never get back into because I lost my collection. A long story, but I lost my entire collection of vinyl. I collected records from about the age of about 11, 12, and I lost everything that I had all those years ago. And I swore I'd never, ever collect vinyl again, but I kind of got the bug. I bought a hi-fi system, separate system off Martin, the Hobby Lodge, and that's really got me back into playing records. I've invested a good wedge into this project deck, which has a preamp installed. It's modernized in the fact that you can hook up other devices to this through Bluetooth, or it's got input jacks, line ins, line outs. It's got everything, this basically. I've done my homework. This is a good sort of like entry level, mid-level sort of record player. I wanted to sort of get away from the sort of more vintage record players, because I did have a Technics player which was really good, but it needs a stylus change, and it turns out the stylus is like rare as hen's teeth, so, and they command a lot of money. So I thought, right, I want to future proof myself and something that's going to be okay playing this vinyl. especially if it's sort of a more pricey album. You don't want to rely on something cheap and cheerful to abuse that record, basically. But it comes with a set of beautiful speakers, which I will showcase there. These are sort of like magnetic onto the front there. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, really chuffed with my new record player. Whew, so there we go. We're sat down next to the Sega wall, my favourite place to be. And wow, have I got loads of pickups to share with you all. Because it's been, again, a few weeks, a couple of months since my last pickups video. I might have to break this up into a few videos maybe, because there's just so much here. Especially with me picking up the Project record player. I'm well back into collecting my vinyl. I've been picking up some lovely stuff off the car boots and online, and there's loads to share. And I think we're going to begin there with the vinyl. So first up, we have got an absolute classic. We've got Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now, these I pick up off car boot sales. This was a couple of pounds. You know, I'm going to pay £2 for that all day long. So really pleased with Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's mostly for the Thriller song that I wanted it. This was 50 pence. 50p, guys. Go West. What a... I was going to say what an album. No, I don't really know any of the songs on it apart from We Close Our Eyes. I absolutely love that track. It's one of my favourite pop songs. And also, it's on the soundtrack to Demons, which is one of my favourite horror films. So yeah, 50 pence paid. And do you know what? This is in fantastic condition. It's going to be a bit of a theme of 80s music here, I think, guys. Then we've got Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. This album has a lot of importance to me and Eden. A very special album, this. I purchased this mostly for Eden because it was her mum's favourite album. She adored Meatloaf and she loved this album. It was Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That was one of her favourite songs. So yeah, this was a purchase for Eden, really. And we have been listening to this. A classic. Another 50 pence LP. And that is Nick Kershaw, Human Racing. I love Wouldn't It Be Good, Dancing Girls, and I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. 3 classic tunes. I love me 80s music, guys. Even though I'm a rocker, I do like me 80s pop. Another Nick Kershaw album, because it was there with this one for 50 pence. Do I know any of them on here? Wild Horses, maybe? But yeah, The Riddle, 50p. A band I went and see back in the 90s at the Regent, my local theatre, and that is Level 42. I didn't really have much... I wouldn't say I was like a fan of theirs. You know, I knew their songs, but it wasn't until I see them live that I was actually quite blown away with these. They wrote some great pop songs, they really did. Running in the Family, Lessons in Love, To Be With You Again, just a few. This is actually a fantastic album. And again, I think I paid £1 for this one. And off the same stall at the car booter, I got another Level 42 album. I don't know if I really recognise many of the tracks on this one, but again, it was £1. So I grabbed that. And now we move on to the tasty stuff. Again, this was a car boot purchase. I had to do some haggling for this. And this is Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. A beautiful condition. First edition vinyl of Peace of Mind, Iron Maiden. And yeah, what an album this is. Straight after Number of the Beast. A fantastic album this. I really love Flight of Icarus, Where Eagles Dare, Revelations, The Trooper, Sun and Steel, To Tame a Land. There's not a bad track on it. Well, I tell a lie, I've never been a fan of a Die With Your Boots On, even back in the day. But yeah, this is in fantastic condition, guys. And I paid £10 for this. So really chuffed with that. And finally, the last vinyl to share with you guys And this one was an eBay purchase, and it's probably the most expensive vinyl I've ever purchased. This ended up costing £36, I think it was, including postage. I've seen this album sell for as much as 50 quid, and that is the Lost Boys soundtrack. Now, this is kind of what inspired me to get a new record deck, a new record player, because I purchased this album. The seller said it was in fantastic condition, and to be fair, it is in good condition, but it was extremely dirty. Guys, in comments down below, for all you that's in your vinyl, I need to know what's the best way to clean a record. I've given it a clean with the spray and the microfiber cloth, and it's just not cutting it. This needs a proper clean. The seller got a little bit offended, really, when I said that what was happening is the stylus was like skating across the vinyl and jumping in places, but there was no scratches. So I thought, do you know what? It could be the stylus on the old Technics player, and a lot of people said it possibly was that. So I thought, right, let's rule this out. I went and bought this brand new record player, and it's doing the same thing. So I think this just needs a clean. It's playing a lot better now. It's not skating now. I've given it a clean with sort of like, you know, the vinyl spray and the microfiber cloth, but it's still in places doesn't sound great. So this definitely could do with a deep clean. But yeah, what a fantastic, one of my favourite soundtracks of all times, that, guys. So I'm chuffed sick to add that to the collection. It's one I've never had on vinyl. I've owned the CD numerous times. I'm forever rebuying it because I scratch it. It gets damaged, lost. It's probably my most bought album of all time, the Lost Boys soundtrack. So mega pleased to finally have that on vinyl.
Death by stereo.
Ooh, so I've gone through them as quick as I can. There is one more thing that's not game related, which I'm going to share with you guys because I just absolutely adore the cover to this. I've been watching a lot of Troma films, but I've not picked any up. I've been watching them through streaming, but I would love to collect a lot more Troma. I've watched Class of Nukem High, Toxic Crusader. My good friend Ness, she lent me Chillers, which is like an anthology. I really enjoyed that. What else have we watched? I've watched Pigs. That was a really good Troma film as well. Again, recommended to me by Ness. But a film that I just thought, this cover is amazing. I know I watched it back in the day, but I can't remember it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that is Rabid Grannies. And just look at that tremendous box art. That is absolutely awesome, guys. Look at that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving this a watch. It's been a while since I've stuck a VHS on, but this is going to inspire me to do that. So we're going to sit Rabid Grannies up there. And we're now going to just flow straight into games. The majority of this, I think actually all of this is Sega. Get in there. We've got loads of Sega, guys. First up, it is music. It is Sega, but it is also music related. And I will be showing a lot of what side Ginger Hippy Gaming sent me on a future Spectrum Spectacular. But this was in amongst that bundle, and that is MC, Nick and Steve. Do me a favour, Master Mix 90. So yeah, Si kindly sent that down to me on cassette. I need to listen to this. I have not listened to this since back in the day. So yeah, thank you so much, Si, for sending that down. That will be treasured in the Sega wall. Yeah, we'll pop that there. Right, guys, let's get cracking. Come on, let's see some video games. And first up, I think we'll start with some Master System games. And these came into a shop in a massive bundle, and these were in really nice condition. So one of them's an upgrade, and the other one, turns out I don't have it. So the upgrade is Ghost House. Now my copy of Ghost House was really sorry actually. It was one I think I showcased in a video I done a couple of years back in checking out the condition of my Master System collection. But as you can see, this is in lovely condition. So it's nice and white. So yeah, chuffed to add that. Next up, a game that I don't have in the Sega wall, and that is Cyborg Hunter. Never played this one, guys. Let me know in comments, is this one any good? What does it say? You are the toughest bounty hunter in the galaxy. Deep inside the enemy fortress, you can almost taste your next paycheck. Blast cyborgs with your psycho gun. Win the battle with Vipron, the vile cyborg leader. Prepare yourself for one explosive payday. It looks like a kind of action platformer. Maybe a bit like E-Swap. But yeah, really chuffed again. This is in really nice condition, guys. So that's why it's come home. And to live forever in the Sega wall. Next up, this is a beautiful bundle that came in to the shop. And I'm torn, guys. This is a regular theme. Stuff comes in the shop. And I'm torn whether I sell it on or I bring it home. And I'm getting stronger at it. But my voice is Sega. And if it's Sega, I haven't got. And this is something that I sold out of my collection. It's one of the only Sega collections I've sold and really regretted. And that is the Sega 32X. Now I've got the 32X down here. I'm not going to bore you with that. It's unboxed. It's got all the leads. Everything's with it. But it came with 3 lovely games. So first up we have got Star Wars Arcade. And again, it's in fantastic condition. The box is in really nice nick. It's got its manual. Do you know what? I love the carts. Ugh. There's something about the 32X cart. I really like it. And I love these boxes. Why? At the time, I needed to get rid of the 32X collection. It had to go. Life got in the way and I needed money quick. So it was the one collection that I didn't play at the time. It is a big regret of mine. So do I keep this, guys? Do I keep Star Wars Arcade and go down another rabbit hole of collecting the 30?
Look, S-Balls in attack positions.
Three leaders standing by.
They're coming in. 3 marks at 210. Watch it, you've got one on your tail.
Important is it's an add-on to the Mega Drive. That's what's making me think I need to have this in the Sega wall. That's a tough one, guys. What do I do? But we've got Star Wars Arcade, and it doesn't stop there. We've got Virtual Racing Deluxe, and again, this game, up until the Switch port a few years ago, this was the best version that you could play a Virtual Racing Deluxe on a home console. The Sega Saturn version was so disappointing. It really was. It wasn't done by Sega. It was licensed out. But yeah, in beautiful condition. That these are really nice. Oh, Sega cardboard, eh? Sega cardboard. And then finally, the way I played Doom back in the day, and that was on the 32X. So yeah, again, this is in beautiful condition. I don't think this one has a manual, if I remember rightly. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, this one doesn't have the manual down the back. I knew one of them didn't. So yeah, no manual with this one, but again, it's in lovely condition for its age, and the fact that it's quite flimsy cardboard, I think that stood the test of time. So what do I do, guys? What do I do? Let me know in comments down below. Do I start collecting for the 32X again? I'd love to be fair. I really would. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing with this Sega. I really am. Really pleased to add some really nice titles into the Sega wall, because it doesn't happen that often. Next up, we've got a homebrew retro re-release Sega Mega Drive Genesis game done by Strictly Limited, and this is Zero Tolerance Origins. Now this is still available, I believe, through Strictly Limited. Yeah, it's got some postcards in there, the usual gump, a nice colour manual. As you would expect, this is actually a really nice manual. And this has got 2 games on it. So it's got the original Zero Tolerance with a few tweaks, I believe, and a better control setup, because it was very... To go back to it now to play this game on the Mega Drive with the original control setup was clunky at best. And then you've got Zero Tolerance Underground, which was a game that was supposed to come, I believe, to the Mega Drive and never quite made it. So it's been finished and added to this. Guys, let me know in comments down below if you want a video. I might do a video just on this, a quick video just showcasing Zero Tolerance. I had a lot of love for the original Zero Tolerance back in the day. And, you know, it pushed the Mega Drive. It really did. So, yeah, I might give that a little video of its own. But, yeah, really pleased to add that homebrew indie game to the Sega wall. Sticking with the theme of things coming into the Retro Realm shop, and I have this major battle whether to keep it or not. We've got another item here, and I already have the mouse, the Mega Drive 2 mouse. Hold on, let me just grab it from down here, guys. So yeah, we've got the Mega Drive mouse, and I have pondered whether to get this, and when this came into the shop, and this is in fantastic condition, I thought these have got to go home, and that is the Mega Drive Infrared Controller Pad 2, or Mega Drive 2 Infrared Control Pad. This is mint. The person that brought this in said it's never been played. He bought them when they first come out, and he just never used them. I think he said he sold his Mega Drive or something like that. And you can tell, guys, you open this up and it's just absolutely mint in there. The box is mint. It even smells new. You've got the instructions there, never been opened. So yeah, really pleased to add this to the Sega wall. Even though they're a bit redundant today, would I use them? Probably not, because I use the 8-bit do pad. So yeah, that it's just a bit of history, really, a bit of nostalgia. I remember seeing these advertised and really wanted them back in the day, but never got them. I think they were quite expensive back then. They command a high price now. So yeah, really chuffed to add that into the Sega wall. Well, are they going to stay up there? We might have to push that back a bit. There we go. So we now move on to something really peculiar, and I highlighted this at the beginning of the video when I was showing the modern game pickups. When I showed the Switch game, was it Death's Door? I went into a shop in town before work, and it's a shop that's not long been in Ipswich, and it sells sort of Amazon goods. It's sort of like end-of-line goods, return stock. Yeah, they buy it in by the pallet and then they sell it in this store, which I've picked up over the weeks. Some really cool stuff, some great stuff, you know, practical household, everyday things. They sell everything in there, from clothes to garden furniture to house furniture, bed sheets, soap, shampoo. They've got everything in this. It's crazy what they've got in there, guys. And every now and again they'll have the odd sort of video game or Blu-ray, and I have picked up some Blu-rays in there in the past, but that's where I got the Switch game from for £10. And then I couldn't believe it when I see this. Now this was sitting in a toy aisle of this store, and that was this Battle Mania 2 for the Mega Drive. But obviously this never got released PAL, so this is, I don't believe this is like an official remake or re-release, should I say, like Delay Lancer by Retrobit, or what we just looked at, Zero Tolerance. You know, these are official sort of indie reproduction, re-release games, whatever you like to call them. But this, I think, is dodgy. Correct me in comments, guys, if I'm wrong, but I don't think any developer or publisher has re-released this game, as far as I know. We're going to find out. I purchased this at the weekend, and I thought I'll save it for this video. It's got a little bit of damage in the corner, so this is probably why this was returned. A bit like the Switch game. I reckon this is returned stock. It's on the corner there. I noticed that it was chipped. I paid £10 for this. Oh, it's a rattling a bit, guys. Yeah, £10 paid. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced it's counterfeit, it's reproduction, it's fake, whatever you want to call it. We now got to try and get this plastic open. Oh. There we go, the plastic's off. And we've even got the Sega sticker. Oh my god, there's the corner to the caselet. I don't know if you can see that. But that's the corner to the case that was chipped there. It's even got the Sega seal. Oh wow, it's all smashed inside. It's all broken. The case is very brittle actually. What's interesting though, it's got Sega embossed in the case. The cartridge comes in a little baggie. That's a weighty cartridge. It's good quality. It's a bit of a matte finish to the label, but do you know what? That's not actually bad quality. That warranty void if seal removed or damaged. Interesting. Does anyone know about this release? I just couldn't believe a brand new Mega Drive game sitting in this shop for 10 quid. It's a real shame about that case, how that's smashed. But then again, I've got Troubleshooter, which was what this was called on the Genesis. I've got that in the collection. This was just more of a curiosity. It's mad that everything's bagged up. I wasn't expecting that. Oh yeah, that feels cheap. That don't feel nice. Unlike the quality of Strictly Limited, and yeah, the pictures are kind of oversaturated as well. But yeah, that's definitely not a high production manual anyway. Even though it's all in colour. It's all in colour. All in English. And it says Vic Tokei on the back, 1993. Vic Tokei includes all rights reserved, made in Japan. Yeah. Apparently printed in Japan. So there we go. Battle Mania 2, which was Troubleshooter, released on Genesis, which is the one I own. Yes, I can. Here it is. So there is the original Troubleshooter. But obviously, in Japan, it was known as Battle Mania 2. So yeah, I thought that was just an odd thing. I was not going to leave that there for £10. But yeah, it's clearly dodgy, let's say. So we'll put that down now. And before we get on to the big pickup, which has inspired me for this video, because this turned up literally an hour or so ago, guys, and that has spurred me on to make this video. I never thought I'd ever own anything like this or add something like this to the collection, but I'm absolutely buzzing to share it with you guys. So I'm just going to share this last Mega Drive related item, and then we're going to move the camera and end this video with an epic purchase. I can't believe I own this. I think this is going to open up a massive can of worms though, but I am buzzing, absolutely buzzing. So finally, with the video games, and we have got the Retro Electro Mega Drive model kit. So this is a 1.2.3 scale model. I picked this up off the car boot sale last week for a tenner, I think I paid. Turns out it don't cost much more than that new. If you look online, there's plenty of them, but I'd never seen it before. So there we go. So it comes with the Mega Drive manual, and then you get obviously the box there. You get the Mega Drive itself, which, come on, let's get the Mega Drive out, shall we? Yeah, it's a Mega Drive, a mini Mega Drive. It's quite authentic feeling, the plastic, and I like the shine around there. Oh yes, the on-off switch actually works, and you can move the slide up and down. With that, you get Sonic the Hedgehog cartridge, which you can plug in to the little Mega Drive stand to stand it all on, and the controller. I just thought that was not a nice little novelty thing, which I'm going to have displayed somewhere in the Sega wall. So yeah, I grabbed that, guys. But without further ado, let's get on to this absolutely amazing pickup. I am buzzing. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. Let's get over there. Here we go, guys. We have got the Sideshow Batman 89 Michael Keaton. I have not taken this out of the box, guys. I've waited for this video. As soon as this arrived, I thought I've got to do a video. I've got to show this off. I never thought I'd get into this sort of thing, but for those of you that know me well and watch the channel will know I absolutely adore two films. Batman 89, which I regard as the best superhero film of all time, without a shadow of doubt. That's my humble opinion. And RoboCop. So I think now I've discovered Sideshow, and this was on Facebook Marketplace. Turns out that I knew the people that were selling this. They're looking to sell a large amount of their collection because they're saving for a deposit, a mortgage for the house. So, you know, this is when these sort of things will become available. And this is just, I am absolutely buzzing to share this with all of you guys. I really am. This box is just massive. I weren't sure how I was going to film this. I've got it on a tripod. I will probably go in and out of shot. But I just want to focus on this. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this box. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get this out? I didn't think this through. Right, let's tip it. I weren't sure what to expect. Oh my goodness, we've got to get this out of here. Right, I think we're going to have a jump cut, guys. I've had to change this up, guys. It was a mission to get this out of the box. So I've got it out of the box now. Whew. Now, that is bottom. Now I think this is the wrong way round, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, quite clearly says top. Sideshow Collection. So here we go. Whoa. God, I'm buzzing, guys. What is this going to be like? Oh my goodness, you're seeing this for the first time with me. This is unbelievable. Oh wow. Oh, we've got the little bats there. They've come loose. It's probably where I was trying to get this out of the box on my own. But wow. This is absolutely freaking amazing. I am chuffed sick with this. Let's set it up. Let's set it up and take a closer look at this. That took some setting up, guys. That really did. Oh, I am absolutely buzzing. I didn't want to do a jump cut. I wanted to do it all in one take, but it was just impossible to have the camera right. But I love this film so much. But here we go. Here is Michael Keaton's Batman in all its glory. Look at this, guys. This is just tremendous. Absolutely Oh, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. But this is absolutely stunning. Look at the detail. They've captured Keaton so well. I'm not familiar with Sideshow, and you know, this is always something I've tried to avoid, guys, if I'm being honest, but this was just too good a deal to turn down, and it just seemed like fate. It turned out, like I said, that I knew the couple that were selling this item. They've actually really supported me in the shop since I started, and it's just absolutely, I think, just fate, destiny that I was to own this off them. They've done me a tremendous deal. It's just the detail, guys. Look, you've even got the bats hanging underneath the stairwell there into the bat cave. The cape is actually like a leather material. The cowl they've got just so right. It's just so hard to get this on camera and give it the justice it deserves. It really is. But yeah, I'm speechless, guys. Look at this. It's absolutely stunning. The box is amazing too. But yeah, look. There we go. Let me know in comments, guys. What do you think? There is only 2,500 of these. 2,500 of these were made. They're really hard to find any info about this online. It's a beautiful piece. It really is. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm absolutely chuffed sick with this. I don't know what else to say, guys. The dilemma now is where it's going to go in the room. And now I've got this one. I've been looking, and there's a Robocop, guys. There's a Robocop, one of these that I feel like I might have to own. But yeah, there's a little bit of polystyrene, I think that is. Well, I don't know what that is. There's a white mark there. We'll have to deal with that. But wow, what can I say? This is just tremendous. Look at that, the bat symbol, the body armor, the utility belt, even the boots. Everything is just absolutely stunning. I think this deserves to have some type of lighting so it lights him up a little bit. It's just going to be where I'm going to put him now in the collection, but I'm just trying to get him all in one shot for you guys, just so you can appreciate it. What I'll do is I'll put a picture in at the end. I'll take some nice stills, but yeah, what do you think, guys? Let me know in comments down below. That's it for this video. Until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega, Zombie, Doodle. Sega, Zombie, Doodle. Sega, Zombie, Doodle. Sega, Zombie.